No Way Home built up anticipation that is definitely paying off right now since Spider-Man Brand New Day is crushing records and outperforming what's expected. But what if I told you the most important element of the movie isn't Spider-Man, it's actually Peter Parker? That's right. You want to hear more? This is Netheads.
This is Netheads. It's a tech podcast, but we are a ton cooler than your typical geek.
You guys rock.
Transmission incoming from the big giant head.
Hello, everybody. Welcome another edition of Netheads. My name is Will.
And my name's Trent.
If you want to take part in the program, you can one of many ways. I don't know what they are. Figure it out now. The internet's changed so much, I have no idea. Trent, do you have any clue whatsoever?
Nope,
because
not in the least.
Personally speaking,
I don't even know how to run a camera, apparently.
I don't
know. It's all over the place. And that's my job. Professionally, I'm supposed to know how to run a camera, and I can't.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, because I've at least got you framed up all right. You look good. Anyway, guys, welcome. Boy, it is a brand new week, and it's definitely a brand new day. But before we get into that,
I see what you did there.
I want to tell everybody, if you want some feel-good stuff in your life, I got some recommended viewings for you. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend that you hunt out a little thing known as the Spaceballs The Next One panel from Hall H. If you want to be reaffirmed in your heart of hearts about how humanity can be so good, witness the crowd welcoming Rick Moranis to Hall H and Comic-Con for the first time. Hunt that out, find it, you'll thank yourself. Also, find the latest episode of Fat Man Beyond on YouTube, where Kevin Smith talks about how that experience impacted him. Lastly, I want to tell you, go on to YouTube, and hunt out Jay and Silent Bob Are in the His House, because Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes have dropped a brand new podcast where they are just, honestly, it's kind of like Netheads, but with way more popular people and a little bit tighter editing. Is about what it is.
That's because you're doing the editing, Will.
No, I'm not actually. This is one of those. This is the most awkward thing that I've had to deal with in 15 years, which is the fact that there is I'm just the guy that posted the audio and put the video version up on Spotify. That's all I did.
Okay.
I mean, actually, technically, I also did, as seems to be the case normally. I did receive a video product that I then turned into an audio product, and then I did a little something some might consider rude, where I processed the audio so that way It sounded much better for an audio product. And look, I'm not saying you can improve on perfection.
No.
Anyway.
No, you can't.
Trent, now another thing that we like to do here that I'm going to bulldoze right into. We don't normally do it this soon, but you'll see there is a specific reason thematically, since I am exploding. I have been trying to talk to another nerd about Brand New Day, even one who hasn't seen it yet, so I gotta be vague.
Yeah, no, I mean, personally, I live in a post-spoiler world, so you can say what you want, and I will still love every second of it.
You'll still love me in the morning?
Yes, well, give me the courtcy tap with the old, as I call it, the Lindsey Graham coffin tap tap. Tap tap. But I just, before we get into it, I did go and see a movie though last Sunday, a week ago Sunday.
What'd you go see?
The Odyssey. I went and saw the Odyssey.
Oh man, how was it? I haven't seen it. That's when I'm sorry. I'm waiting. Yeah, I know I shouldn't, but I'm waiting for home.
It was fun.
Huh?
That's like it's a Greek mythology on screen.
Which in itself actually is very interesting to try and tackle when you think about it, considering... let me tell a story that's been around for 3,000 years.
Exactly, and that's why its biggest faults are the screenwriting, which I kind of give it a pass, because, you're not going to rewrite the Odyssey. Do you know what I mean?
It'll be adapted 100 times over with little different parts, but no, you're not going to do that.
A friend of mine described it to me, and she nailed it. It's a really good monster movie.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Not to mention, apparently one of the other things that I've picked up, because, I live all of my life through social media, Trent.
Sure.
So one of the things that I have picked up on is that good old Chris Nolan, that guy that likes to make production nice and easy, he is also a major fan of in-camera practical effects.
Oh, really?
To the point where... I have not seen the movie, but apparently there was something about people becoming pigs or pig people I don't know what what things they are per se?
Second favorite scene of the movie.
Okay.
It's really good.
And that somehow involves mirrors and animatronics or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's so real that you don't fall into the uncanny valley. You just feel like it's real.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's good, because that's exactly what you want to have happen.
I mean, if you're a fan of body horror, it's
no,
very...
I'm not at all.
Oh boy.
I am definitely not. F11. Got to remember F11. Okay. Sorry, I got a compute. Nope, that's not going to do it here. I'm trying to find the thing that will mute an input, but there is one other thing that'll mute an input real quick. It's if I just pull out that cable right there.
I was going to say, just pull out and roll over.
There you go. That's
both forms.
That's my MO. But Trent, no, what another thing that we like to do here that I want to get to real quick, and you'll know the reason why when you see it. And I also have to admit, this is the lamest reason I have ever postponed a podcast in my life officially. Because, for reasons. One printer didn't want to work, the other thing, but I want to bring in where I present a 3D print. Trent, and the 3D print itself looks at you in your eyes, and it looks at you in your soul, and it turns to you, and it wants you to tell it,
what is my purpose?
That's right. I have 3D printed an object. Trent has no idea what it is, and he needs to identify what it is, and he needs to be able to say what is its purpose. Why does this thing exist? Okay, Trent.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut big wide to me. Hi.
Yep.
I'm Big Wide. It's also my porn name. And but not why you think. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Okay, but here we go. So this is what I 3D printed, Trent. But I would like you to take a look at it from multiple angles, and please describe to the people what it is you appear to be seeing.
So we've got. I mean, at first glance, right? If it's laying down, just the outer shell casing, it looks almost like a Spider-Man birthday cake.
Okay.
But it's more round, but it's not completely round, right?
Okay.
It's got one. So it's a Spider-Man mask, and it's red and black. And if I can see, it looks like there's almost like, is there like weave in between the webs?
A texture in the cap. Yeah, there's a texture in the cap too.
And it looks really, really well. But it has like a little chin spot, but I don't think it's an actual mask.
Okay, so you don't think it goes on this way.
I do think that you wear it,
makes sense.
I do think that you wear it.
Okay, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I have not been able to use the applause button for this yet. I have not, but I'm, okay, Trent?
Yeah.
We're going wide on you now.
Okay.
The 3D print has looked into your soul. It wants.
What is my purpose?
What is its purpose, Trent?
It's a Jimmy hat.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to be specific here. If you're talking, is a Jimmy hat like a backwards worn cap?
Nope. It's a urban term for a condom.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to retract. That, Trent. No, I'm sorry. It's not a quote unquote Jimmy hat. I thought you were meaning like it was backward cap, because of all the dumb things I have ever postponed our podcast for, this one is officially the dumbest, because all of this it's a quote unquote mask, but it's one you're meant to wear like a cap, as though you have pulled up.
Yeah, you've pulled it up.
You've pulled Spider-Man's mask up.
Yeah, it's like when Peter's eating a sandwich.
Exactly, or getting kissed by a pretty girl while hanging from the webs.
Ooh, hubba.
Right? And the only thing I probably would have done is I would have gone a little bit smaller, and I would have customized it a little bit to my head.
Sure.
Beforehand. But honestly, Trent, this was also a sprint. I sent you a message, I think at about 3:41, saying I'll send you a link after I get out of the shower.
Right.
And that was the very moment where I'm like, okay, the dumb thing I postponed the show for is done. Let's go get cleaned up.
Yeah, now let's get ready for the show.
And why? Because you know me, Trent. I 3D print ridiculous gimmicks that go in theme sometimes with what we're talking about.
Dude, I am. So remember, I don't know if you remember when the first Raimi movie came out. No, was it the Raimi movie? I can't remember. I think it was. It was either the first Raimi movie or the first Garfield one.
Movie.
But it showed the.
I love the way we classify them.
I know, right? Yeah.
Because either the Raimi Maguire, it's the Garfield. Like, sorry, everybody who directed those Garfield movies.
I know. I couldn't tell you. No.
I couldn't either, man.
But like, I just remember the seeing the texture IRL, like a texture on the suit, it kind of blew me away. Just thinking like, oh yeah, it probably would be different than just like cloth or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that texture on the mask is like, looks like that. At least on camera. Like it looks like,
and
almost
that's
like a Kevlar weave or something.
And that's a beautiful thing about this. So very long story, Trent, as usual, I see something and I get an idea way too late in the game, right? It's not like I did some massive product reveal here. It's not like I did this because I just unboxed and set up my Cheaty Max 4, which is supposed to produce like 2/3 less the waste on a multicolor print. And this came off the printer, all these colors in place. No, none of that happened because that Cheaty Max 4 is still in a box because I haven't built the shelf for it to go on. And last night, the K2 Plus decided, you know what? I can't communicate with my leveling sensor, so I can't do anything. So I was once again right back in the house on the Bamboo Lab A1s, and rather than go multicolor, I said, it doesn't need to be movie quality. It just needs to be what I like to call camera ready.
Yes. Because
the camera can be very, very forgiving.
Correct.
So, like, this has got lots of painting mistakes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, it does. It does. But I was able to get it done very quickly. It only took me about 20 minutes to paint all of the black in because I was using acrylic paint pens.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the webs were raised up. So it was really more of just like a constant exercise in passing it over.
So you were tracing?
Yeah, I was. But I also did include the mesh version of the eyes so that nobody could wear this practically.
Sure.
It would still, you could still see through the eyes of the thing you could never really wear practically.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I've got the other ones right here. They could have just been solid white for the full effect.
Yeah.
Because, again, nobody will ever wear this and it will fit effectively. That won't happen.
Right.
That does not exist.
Right.
That does not compute. That doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah, I just think if it would be all you'd need is just like a Spider-Man, like regular Spider-Man costume with that on your head, and then just walk around with the peanut butter sandwich.
Well,
and you'd be great cosplay.
It's part of the promos, so I don't feel bad talking about it. But like one of the most adorable things, and one of the things, by the way, Trent, I think one of the things we should also recognize beforehand, before I get into just how adorable I thought it was to see a very practical lycra onesie that a guy was wearing, right? Something that made you believe
practical?
This is a practical. Yeah, this is a Spider-Man costume that pretty much is like it has imperfections. It fits the way somebody who's making their own Spider-Man outfit would fit.
Okay.
Which I loved. But before we get into that, I think one of the things that we have to recognize is, as of this recording, the only bit of news that I can tell anyone in the world is that Spider-Man Brand New Day in previews by $12 million beat out the previews for Avengers Endgame.
What?
So this movie may be on track in its opening weekend to open stronger than Endgame. And let me tell you something. I'm not surprised why. When you look at the way No Way Home ended, we have this massive unanswered question. What is the world like that doesn't remember Peter Parker?
Right.
What is Peter Parker's life like having nobody that remembers him? And plus, in the previews, we saw certain elements that kind of suggested that somehow there was this spider-ness that was taking over him, which I will say, in the mildest ever of things you could possibly call a spoiler, I was vindicated because one of the things I asked is like, is this maybe happening? Because since he has no one, he has no friends, nobody knows him, you've taken more of the man out of the equation, so is more spider asserting itself somehow.
You have more man-spider than Spider-Man.
Right, exactly. And there was one point where there was an AI involved, and it did say, this seems to be triggering exponentially. Have you experienced, like extreme loneliness or a dramatic event? And so I'm like, the fact that it said that, I'm like, okay, I'm a little vindicated because, I hate people that do theorizing. Just go and enjoy the damn story.
Just go have fun.
But I got to tell you, man, I said some words to you before this, and it was very, very true, where I said, if it's any way possible whatsoever, you should really see this movie before we do the show. Yes, because it would benefit the show, but also how about the fact that, like, it's just, in all seriousness, good for the mind, body, and soul. It is, I'm not kidding. You will have heard this comparison I'm sure. And I've heard it again and again. I think it truly is the best cinematic representation of a Spider-Man movie we've ever had.
Really?
So much so that I've put this stupid helmet on my head, Trent. So much so that I have put this stupid ass thing on my head. Yeah, it really is, because it one of the things that the director wanted to do was he wanted it to be a more contained story. Yes, there is a grandiose element to it, almost an Avengers-worthy element to it.
Okay.
But, which I will not say and I will not spoil, even though the news headlines, as Zach in the back, Zach Byerly, ZB pointed out, changed from on Thursday being Sadie Sink's character in Spider-Man ... became character X played by Sadie Sink. So in other words, they're just dropping it now. But we're still not going to say it here. Anyway, it's still a very street level thing. It is an extremely street level thing, which is what you want to see. He's got to, there's a mystery to solve. He's got to do detective work. And, and plus he's also just being Peter Parker the whole time, even though he's Spider-Man. But I got to tell you the thing too that I love is that the message of this movie overall, I think once you go see it, you may agree with me. When considering where we are in the story, where we come into this, the overall message of the story is that Peter Parker is important. That Peter Parker, the person, Spider-Man doesn't exist without Peter Parker.
Correct.
Okay, which you say, but like, what if Peter Parker just was Spider-Man? So it was like Peter Parker no more. Nobody knows Peter Parker anyway. Let's just stick him in a box and forget about him. Whereas the whole redeeming thing about this story is grounded in the fact
that it's
Peter was there. Peter existed.
Yeah.
Peter had his life.
Yeah, and that's I'm not the first person to say this. I know Larry Hama has talked about it before, and Stanley Kevin, I think, has talked about it too. Like, that's if you had to just like brush a very broad stroke in the difference between the pantheon in DC versus Marvel. In Marvel, it's about people who put on costumes, and in DC, it's heroes who put on regular everyday costumes to be people.
Did that illusion pan out? Did it look like Spider-Man was agreeing with you?
It did, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad, because that was very uncomfortable and probably looked a little weird.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, it is, and I gotta say, man, it's a very well balanced movie. It's one of those ones on the first viewing, I sat down, I did not feel time exist. And once again, I'm like, oh, we're at the third act now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, dip, we're in the third act. So, yeah, and just excellent use of all the characters, including, as shocked as I am to say this, Jon Bernthal's Punisher, I really think steals the movie.
Really?
I don't know how you do that in a movie where you have got Peter Parker as Spider-Man quipping left and right to the bad guys. I don't know how you have it that Jon Bernthal's Punisher steals the movie, but he really does.
Dude, he's like, for those not familiar, this is the other deputy from the Walking Dead.
You can't protect her, Rick.
Yeah. Like, dude's got chops. He plays Agamemnon's brother in Odyssey. Mm-hmm. And dude can act, man. Like,
now, and by the way, speaking of which, I think we should all pour one out for Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jon Bernthal. Actually, I'm sure they kept Bernthal in reserve so that they had one extra body that wasn't exhausted for Brand New Day press, because
oh yeah,
like, at least Tom Holland and Zendaya, they must have been on, like, okay, we're gonna do the world press tour for Odyssey. Great. Okay, all right, guys. Now you got a few hours on Thursday those are your refresh hours because it's right into Brand New Day press.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. In fact, who did I see? Yeah, it was Jon. Because just recently I saw the press junket for Bernthal that he was doing it with John Leguizamo.
Mm-hmm.
Which was
what was that one for?
Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, yeah, but that was like 2 weeks ago, like not long ago. Well, I mean, that's when it aired. Who knows how long ago it was shot, but.
Exactly. And by the way, man, another thing that I'm going to say about Brand New Day is it's no surprise it made that much money in previews because in an unheard of move, Trent, I saw it at noon on Thursday.
Okay.
It wasn't like starting in the evening hours and the night hours. No, it was that. And also all of the movie theaters near me that are running it have like 7:15 and 7:30 a.m. showings that I'm convinced they had to open up because before this movie came out, even in the theaters, pre-sales had theaters cleared out.
Yeah.
And I know that because I had bought tickets. And then my wife's like, I can't go to that appointment and I can't go to that time and I wouldn't go at that time because I don't go with big crowds. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, let me see what I can find for Sunday. Crickets.
Yep.
Yeah, would you like a seat right in the neck breakers, or would you like one seat here and one seat on the other side? However, you have to give up this seat if a handicapped person arrives.
Yep. Yeah. 88 compliant.
Whatever 88 compliant. Thank you. That's a more appropriate term. Just sold out left and right, man. Just cleared. So I don't doubt the fact that it's going to be huge. And after having seen the movie, I think it's going to get good word of mouth. So I'm sure it's going to have a good few strong weeks as well. Because I want to go back and see it. And I obviously can't go this weekend. Yeah,
and it's one for me that there are some movies you need to go see in the theater. And any superhero movie like of this caliber, you got to go see. If nothing else, dude, and this is something I know, I go to the movie so infrequently, I'm always reminded the thing that I think I pull the most out of the experience is the sound.
Oh, yeah.
To like when your chest starts like pumping and rumbling from the bass or whatever like effect. Oh my God, it's impossible. You can get pretty close to the visual stuff, but sound wise, you can't touch it.
No,
Volume.
You can't. Especially like I always, I'm going to go see it in the Dolby Cinema. But it's really one of the better experiences in my area. If I were closer to Dublin, I would actually see it more in Screen X. This movie actually shot exclusive footage.
Oh, really?
For Screen X. And,
okay.
They did let me see Mandalorian and Grogu early, so go Screen X.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did. They included, so, you get more of that 180 view if you went to go see that. But this one, visually speaking, you want to see this in there. Unless you have a home theater at home that comparatively would rival that of a cinema.
Which, I mean, good on you if you do.
I mean, you're definitely not watching Netheads, Right now, you're probably watching Amy, Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Or you're being featured on it.
Yeah, exactly. You're one of Speaking of which, Trent, quickened version, but we can say that there's a connection because when Spider-Man was first starting out, in order to make money, he wrestled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He went into wrestling. Uh-huh. This week, another good listen that you guys might want to clue in on, if you want to get something that's good for your soul and is actually mind-opening, for me it was John Cena on Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
That's John. Yeah, time is now.
See, I don't know nothing about no wrestling, and even I know that.
Yeah, you can't see me.
But John Cena on there, he actually opened my eyes.
Dude, he's like...
to the real world of wrestling. And you may be familiar with this, with like all of your years of watching wrestling and your involvement with what was it?
DCW.
Again? There you go. I never knew, because I always just figured the matches were... they were going. I'm trying to say this as politely as
predetermined.
possible without. Yes, outcomes are predetermined.
Correct.
But he walks through the process in that, and basically, at least for him, it's a 3-act story.
Yep.
That the audience is interactive on the improv of the first 2 acts.
Yes, and that's for the guys that are really good. That's how it's done. Yeah. For
I had no idea.
Yeah. There's different takes on everything, but usually the best of the best are the guys who can get in the ring and one person calls the match and then the other person responds to that. So it's total improv and they're listening to the crowd, telling the story based on how the crowd is reacting to everything they're doing. And
because of that, which by the way, are we competing with anything? Isn't like SummerSlam or something up soon?
Yes, this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
next weekend? I don't remember.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Neither.
Yeah, it's not New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I'm whatever.
Exactly. But I also learned that the refs are actually the ones that are in. Let's just say they're in talks with the producers.
They're your communicator.
Yeah, and at one point they may just say, "Flip the end."
Yep.
And now suddenly whoever was going to win is now not going to win.
Just the crowd's too hot right now. We can't let him lose tonight.
Switch the end.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God. Oh, SummerSlam is right now. So I think your wrestling cred just suddenly went out the window, boss.
No, it's okay. I accept that.
But I just, I got to say though, John Cena really opened my eyes and it really made me respect the work that much more because of how much now I understand it is about the performance as much as, if not more than the athleticism.
Yeah. Like it's, and it's why a lot of the guys who are like right on that cusp of like maybe being WWE or not, they're like trying to get their contract or whatever. What they're doing day to day outside of wrestling is stage combat. They're stunting in.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of them, that's what they're doing in their spare time. And
that's the reason why John Cena is out, because he's like, I want to have a body I can enjoy during retirement.
Exactly. Yep. No, and that's just exactly it. Because well, I mean, not at his level, it's a little different. But yeah, there's no they're all independent contractors. There's no pension. There's no 401k for these guys. There's no health insurance for these guys. It's all
absolute crap. By the way, I don't want to say I'm self-conscious, Trent, now, but based on your guess of this being a Jimmy hat, I really feel like a dickhead now. But I guess I could see that because it kind of does look like it was like a rolled up.
Yeah, it's just kind of rolled at the top. You got a little reservoir kind of right there to catch.
No, it's supposed to be my mask is pushed up because I'm gonna get kissed by the pretty girl.
Well, I was just trying to think of how I could make it dildonic adjacent.
Because you were determined, man. The minute I told you that I need to delay the show for the 3D print.
Yeah.
The minute I said that, you're just like, I don't care what you say, Wilkins. Yeah. It's dildonic.
It's good if. Anything can be a dildo if you push hard enough.
There you go. Well, like I said, this would be very uncomfortable. But yeah, again, check out another good thing for the mind, body, and soul is Good Hang with Amy Poehler, John Cena on there. Just great insight into Cena himself.
Oh my gosh, the guy, like, there are some people in the world that you just like, you're like, they're a machine. Like that have the biggest heart in the world, but like, it's like 10 years old, but GQ did an awesome video with him once, just having him go through his daily schedule, his routine.
Mm-hmm.
It will blow your brain out the back of your head. And you're just like, he does that much in a day?
Well, no, it won't, because I've got my helmet on. It'll be caught back here.
It's a bucket. It's a brain keeper.
I was convinced you were going to say that it was like a popcorn bucket.
Which it could be.
I really thought, well, I mean, anything can be if you try hard enough. Wait, it's not the same.
I don't think it's the same.
That's not the same.
It's not the same.
But I really thought you were going to go with popcorn bucket. Anyway, brand new day, Trent. It is by far, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man movie that has ever been made. And I'm putting that up against everything. I mean, because I can point out some of the faults I had with the Raimi Spider-Man. It's like, why are these two Hollywood people whose faces we should see talking on a roof with their masks on?
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay.
But anyway.
Well, so I'm going to throw this out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just live action adaptations or does it supersede
I will
animated?
Say live action because it's very hard to say what is the best Spider-Man movie. Yeah, it's styly, man. What's the best Spider-Man movie? Because if you bring Into the Spider-Verse into scope, that too is like, how can you say which one is more of a Spider-Man?
Yeah,
thing,
right. Like, because they're just they're almost like different mediums.
Which one is the Rickest Rick? By the way, I'd also like to apologize to everybody, but thankfully the timing of when I finally dropped the last episode makes it work, because I was off by like 1 or 2 weeks about the season finale. but it did just happen last week. So the fact that I dropped the thing, it almost seems like it was appropriately timed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't at all. But no, I don't. If you bring that into scope, it's very hard to quantify.
Right.
But of the cinematic live action adaptions of Spider-Man that have existed in this world, this is the most Spider-Man. Now, I will say there is one talking point that does happen, and it's not very spoilerish, I think, to go into this fact. When you're watching the movie, you have Peter Parker talking to people as Peter Parker.
Okay.
Way less than you have Spider-Man in a costume. So right there, it's already a very Spider-Man-filled movie.
Okay.
But the thing that people point out in the movie is like, what exactly does Peter do for money? Because he has established himself in a very large loft that was considered the attic storage, so that he could, come and go obviously as he pleases, as well as having all his stuff set up without prying eyes.
Right.
But it's no surprise, I think, and not very spoilish to say, he came up with his own AI similar to Jarvis.
Oh, okay.
Which is Evie, or Evie, and it's voiced by the great Naomi Watts.
Oh, okay.
But so you get introduced to that element that's happening, and and it looks very much like the Peter Parker we saw in Civil War. Clearly you can tell he has put everything together by shit that he's found. But I think it's not very far to build some mind cannon here on this, to think that if he's smart enough to, make web shooters, to somehow turn a 3D printer into a fabricator for making his suit, for coming up with his own AI agent similar to Jarvis, I'm sure he's got a real simple way to throw out some Amazon affiliate links and the like in an effective manner to where, AI is probably creating AI content. It's not even him hosting it, but he's doing TikTok videos. He's making sales. You know what I mean?
He's an entrepreneur. And I mean that especially just because, Ditko himself, creator of Spider-Man, was never a company man. And he basically moderned himself, or Peter after himself, and JJ after Stan
Corporate
Lee.
America? Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's for shoot. That is how it works. Because he would they didn't even talk by the end of the run. He would just send him the scripts and that was it.
I'm unsurprised.
But yeah, like Ditko was a very Randian in the idea of entrepreneurship, and so it makes total sense. I think that, and if you think back, very rarely outside of when he's kind of ran his own company, and that was all Octavius.
Superior Spider-Man, if you're wondering.
Yeah, Peter's always just kind of he's a scrapper.
He is a, he was actually, because he was an independent contractor selling photos to the Bugle of himself.
Yep. Yes.
So
right?
it's which in a way is its own way of sticking it to the man, because you hate me, yet you pay me for me.
And he was the first influencer in doing so, right?
There you go. Exactly. Right? We didn't know. It was a whole Banksy thing.
Yeah.
Who is the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, has a great joke in the movie, because Ned Leeds, obviously in this, because the interesting thing that we do find out, we don't have a lot of the answers. And it's funny that I think, what is his name? The director's name? It's DDC. I'm terrible with this stuff. But anyway, he specifically stayed away from photos because of the complicated question of what does it mean that the world doesn't know Peter Parker anymore.
Okay.
And the Ned and what's her name? MJ, they recognize the fact that they've had a connection to Spider-Man in their past, and he was around quite an unusual amount to save them in things, but they have no idea who he is.
Okay.
But it was nice that there is a funny moment about that too. But man, it was really great storytelling all around. It really was. I mean, yeah, you really do kind of have an A, B, and C plot going on,
sure,
but they really balanced it well. It was just an incredible story. Again, the Punisher slays in this movie.
Good.
But in a good way, not in the, disassociated sociopath that the first 3 seasons of the Netflix show. Because that's what they said. Part of the thing that they said in that TV show is this guy took a bullet in the brain and it has removed his empathy.
Yes.
It was something along those lines.
Yeah.
Something very cryptic and gross.
Yeah.
But, he's very, very friendly in this movie. Right down to Spider-Man thwipping his mouth when he goes to curse. Go home, Frank. It's just, look, man, it is a fantastic movie. If for some reason you've said, oh, I don't want, if you're like Eleanor Shellstrop and you're like, why do there have to be so many Spider-Man movies?
Oh, geez.
Go see this one to find out. And don't worry.
Yeah.
This one does an excellent job of being self-contained as well.
Good.
Of just saying, this dude is Spider-Man. This is what happened before. This is where we're at now.
Yeah.
Boom, right into it. And I will say, this movie made me cry on multiple times.
Oh, dude.
That's not what's happening now. Something's going on with my throat.
Nothing jerks the tears harder than especially a nod to a comic book in a movie.
Which is the entire opening of the movie. It's recreations of all of the notable cover. First appearance of Tarantula. Famous cover with Scorpion. Amazing fantasy number 15 for the true old schoolers, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's that shit. Just like it's like Fantastic Four. It's tears from start to finish.
Oh man, I'm telling you, this was. I mean, my wife thought I was crazy. She always thinks I'm crazy. She's like, I don't need to go see a movie right away, and I'm like, but you don't understand. It's Spider-Man,
right?
Okay,
right.
This dude has been with me since I was pissing in my pants watching him on the Electric Company. Yep. Okay. Much in the same way. It's so funny. The two superheroes I feel I have the greatest connection to are, and you'll know the exact reason why, Spider-Man and Batman. Spider-Man because of the Electric Company, and Batman because Batman 66, heavy rotation and syndication as a child.
God, nonstop.
Oh, definitely, even by your time, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, that was for our local, CBS. I think it was in. That's what I watched after school.
Oh yeah, man. So it's like they're part of my DNA. Correct or incorrect representation of the character. What's it like? Spider-Man. Nobody knows who you are, and I'm off to the side going, it's Peter Parker. We do know. Have you not read a comic book? What the fuck's wrong with you? What was your first Spider-Man comic?
The first one that I ever, I read my brother's a whole lot. The first one I ever got was Spider-Man 300.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the reveal, I think, of, isn't that the reveal of Eddie Brock as Venom? 300. Or the first full appearance of Venom?
Yes.
I have that one out in my garage, Trent. It's the one where the package was open, so I think it has a little bleeding water damage from page to page.
Sure.
But I have that one out there. And you know what, Trent, do you own that one?
No, you know what? It wasn't that one.
Okay.
It was the death of Green Goblin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let me find out which issue.
This is a good use of our time.
Not the Silver Age death though.
Right.
It was because it was full 90s hologram cover.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'll find it.
What's really interesting is I think that my first real Spider-Man comic book that I can remember getting wasn't a Spider-Man comic book. It was actually Secret Wars number 8. Because I'm like,
the last of the miniseries?
No, that wasn't the last one.
There was 12.
Yeah, Spider-Man number 8 was the one where he gets the black suit. The black suit,
yeah.
That's what they finally got me into the comic world with, was the black suit. I'm like, what do you mean black suit? What do you mean he's on this planet? Wait, what do you mean he's already got the black suit in the current comics? Because before we get to the Secret Wars that will come after the Doomsday, you're going to be getting a Secret Wars, people, that is not my Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Okay? My Secret Wars was established by a great omnipotent being known as the Beyonder.
With a sweet Jerry curl.
Yes, who built well, we didn't know that until the next one. Secret Wars 2, where Molecule Man saves us all.
Yes,
what?
Again.
Anyway. The Beyonder wanted to understand the concept of good and evil, because the Beyonder is of all the things you can't conceptualize, Beyonder is from an alternate universe where the Beyonder is the universe. There is nothing, there is Beyonder. That is all it is. everything about that universe is the Beyonder, this person, this thing,
Right.
this entity. And this entity, through a rift in the space-time continuum, saw into our world, our galaxy, and wanted to know what is good and evil. He builds Battle World out of parts of all of these planets, brings all the heroes and all the villains together. Interestingly enough, it kind of does become a doomsday scenario because at one point, Doom harnesses the power of Galactus in order to fight the Beyonder.
Yep.
I've really gone way nerdier than I expected on this, guys. The whole point is that was my first comic book, which then led me going deep diving into back issues to understand leading up to Abduction 2. Because as far as you knew, if you were going continuity, it was like this was happening, this was happening, this was happening. But also concurrently Secret Wars is happening. And before you even see him get a new costume, the regular monthlies are occurring after Secret Wars.
Right.
A little bit of a time jump in there.
Yep.
So a little confusing. So the Secret Wars you're going to get isn't the one I would get.
Correct.
But that was my first Spider-Man comic. And then from there it evolved back to, I think, somewhere like around the 190s that I built up my collection. Through a lot of numbers. And interestingly enough, I went out into the garage and I'm like, oh yeah, look, there's all the Brand New Day stuff that I got.
Yep.
As well as that great run you made mention of about the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Where Octavius was in Peter Parker. And actually he's just like, man, I loved the revelations in that story. It's like, wow, this kid was way smarter than I thought. Oh my gosh, he is way stronger than I ever knew because he's been holding back the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Great revelations. Again, Spider-Man is such a great character. I think the reason why this movie is crushing as hard as it is, I think the reason why it's as big as it is, I think it is a multitude. One, I think that the masses that are fans of Marvel have been disillusioned for a bit of time with what's been going on.
Absolutely.
And so, we're like, all of us walked in basically saying, if I die before I wake, I hope the Spider-Man is great kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
And certainly it is. And they had a lot to really pay off given where they left Peter Parker after the last one.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Which I think that attributes to this movie being so popular because, again, it's completely isolated from all the other storytelling that we've been seeing in the MCU, and it's just what's going on with this character. Then you add that into the fact that Tom and Zendaya secretly got married recently. I mean, there is, but more importantly, I think every one of us is like, they've done good so far. I don't think they can screw up a Spider-Man. And the good news is they did not.
And this
thing is also god awful and comfortable there. It's just pushing into my skull.
The Spectacular Spider-Man 200 was my first comic. It's the death of Harry.
Oh, okay, very good.
But it was I'm stoked because I loved Shang-Chi so much. Yeah. And I felt like just out of it being kind of an obscure character, no one cared.
Yeah.
Even though I thought the film was fantastic.
Well, yeah.
The
Same
DDC came in, and then from Wonder Man as well. I'm glad that his merit is being rewarded with more good stuff.
Well, and I don't know if you heard, Trent, I hate to be the bearer of bad news if you haven't, but Wonder Man Season 2 that was previously announced as picked up has been canceled.
Okay, fair enough.
Which I'm not surprised about because, realistically speaking, when it comes to media right now, we're at the point where all of the streaming media companies have realized there's no money in streaming media.
Dude.
So they're like, why are we doing this? That's why part of the reason why I think Disney may not be exactly as butthurt as you might think they would be about Mandalorian and Grogu not doing good in theaters is, technically speaking, how much you want to bet that movie was less than another season of Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep.
And then it just becomes an add-on to the crap that they've had on the streaming service.
Yep. I can't remember. Gosh, someone ran an article last month about Disney in particular and just showed how much money they would save if they didn't stream at all.
Yeah.
And then projected how much they could potentially make off of the licensing to streaming platforms.
Yes.
With their library.
Let everyone else do it.
And it was just one of those things it makes total, it sucks because I love having all of it together.
Yep.
It also sucks because eventually Hulu will disappear, which is my preferred, I feel like the TV I watch is mostly all on Hulu.
That's the thing I don't understand about the Disney Plus becoming Hulu.
I know.
The Hulu
Makes
going
no
away.
sense.
Because right now, when it comes to the Hulu, like every Sunday for the past 10 Sundays until today, Trent, I've rolled up to my Alexa, my Fire TV.
Mm-hmm.
I've hit the button. I've gone to the Hulu because I can go to my recordings because I have the DVR subscription.
Yep.
And what do you know? Rick and Morty's waiting for
Right
me
there. Dude,
I know. Right there.
Like, and
and where's my DVR in the Disney Plus?
Like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. In a perfect world, the FCC maybe would have stepped in and been like, no, this is a good idea to have 3 networks all owning this together as an equilateral platform for everyone that can use and Bob Iger even said, like, and it made sense, I thought, to have your non-Disney branded stuff or the stuff that didn't align with, like, it might be adult content, put it out through Hulu rather than having it muddle the brand and then have to have different accounts and everything for your children with Disney Plus. Like, I don't know, that was just a weird, the whole streaming thing with Disney has just kind of been crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's it has been sad the way we have had to sit back and basically watch the entertainment industry kind of eat itself. And part of the reason, I don't mean to sound paranoid, Trent, but I think part of the reason why the whole streaming model was so attractive is because it was an undefined world. So it gave companies opportunities to probably get out of a lot of royalties they were having to pay out.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So, that's why they embraced it. And plus there was the fear of competition, the thing that they don't know that they're missing out on because they're not a part of it. Whereas, where are we any better off? Because I don't know about you, man. I don't exactly go to my Netflix to find out what's new and exciting to watch. I got to hear about something and I'll go to it.
Yep. No. Or I'll be like, where is that streaming? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go to that to watch that one thing. Netflix of all places is probably the last place I go to watch something of all my services.
Yeah, unless it's some type of original programming that they're just releasing and you just hear about, and like,
a Stranger Things type situation.
Exactly.
Other than that, no.
Well, actually, I think Will Ferrell I hope it's Netflix. I think Will Ferrell has The Hawk on Netflix that just dropped, which is basically his version of, I mean, from what I can tell, it's his version of Happy Gilmore. It's kind of it's a golf story, right?
Yep.
So, okay. So like every one of the streaming services are just going to have their quirky golfer story. I guess. Well,
but I will say, anytime that Will Ferrell takes on sports, I'm excited because that's his passion. He went to UC Santa Barbara for sports journalism.
I don't know why I am blowing smoke up Amy Poehler's ass so much on this episode, but her interview with Will Ferrell is so great because it turns out he was a Disneyland cast member for a day. And then the best part is he had his friend call in to tell him he wasn't coming back. And when they asked for a reason why, he's like, oh, he got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. So somewhere in the great halls of Disney, somewhere in some human resources record, there is a note on Will Ferrell's name that says he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys.
Contract outbid.
Of all the things I'm encouraging, guys, here's all the better podcasts you should be listening to. Maybe that's our place in the world, Trent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's who we need to be. We just need to be the guys that tell you the other things you should go. We'll be. You know what? We're like the Siskel and Ebert of podcasts now. That's what we could be.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
Probably not with this stupid thing on my head.
Maybe we come up with a rating system of sorts.
Possibly.
Like we could do like
how many dumb helmets is it? It's 3
two
dumb
thumbs
helmets
up or 2 thumbs down.
Okay. No, I don't think we should get into thumbs.
Okay.
Then I think we're just going to get into the world of litigiousness.
No,
By the way, can I make one more reveal before we have to go?
Yes.
Because I need to show you this. And of course, I got to record some content for it. But I got to show you this because it's one of those things where it's careful what you wish for, okay?
Okay.
So while I'm going to go grab that, Trent, just for a moment, why don't you tell everyone what you want them to go see, do, or what have you? Just do that real quick.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about professional wrestling. So I will say, and you can watch this stuff on the internet and their YouTube channel is great. But if you have any interest in professional wrestling that's just like a wholly different approach that's not Americanized. And when I say Americanized, you'll notice the difference if you just watch a couple of matches or episodes.
All right, enough of your bullshit. Look, I'm sorry. Did you get to the point where you told them where they should go?
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Very good. Okay. Trent, I have here in my hand what I like to call grief processing. Okay?
Sure.
As you know, actually, I want to thank you for agreeing to do a podcast with me today because I got to be honest, you're part of my distraction day. Because today is actually we're recording this on my mom's, it's her first birthday that she's not here for.
Okay.
So I was not really looking forward to today. So I'm like, I want to talk to my friend. It makes me happy. So another thing I thought I would be happy would be don't call me a loser.
No.
Move.
You're not a loser, Will.
Thank you. I took some of my inheritance and I did something I never thought I would do, which is I went to the herohat.co.
Okay.
And you notice the hat that's in there?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know about you, Trent, but if you've ever seen the Indiana Jones hat you can get at Disneyland, for example, right?
Yeah.
It looks nothing like Indiana Jones's hat. Quite literally, speaking of Spider-Man, if you go back and you watch Spider-Man Homecoming, the hat that Ned wears to the party that gave him confidence is one of those goddamn Indiana Jones hats from Disneyland. So it looks more like just a loose fedora.
Yeah.
Here in this box, my friend, I am revealing to you the first time, made to fit my head, the circumference of my head, from the Hero Hat Company, shaped in the same manner as Indiana Jones's hat, is their felted rabbit fur version of the Man in the Hat's hat. Now, I will highlight many things about it. One, it is very screen accurate.
Yes.
I even gave him, I can't remember what the name of this portion of the hat is. This fold here?
Yes.
Right in the front. But if you look at Indiana Jones's fedora, it is slightly off center in the movie.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And it's got the same ribbon, this thing. And I compared it against photos in like Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I'm like, my gosh, this thing, like if I wanted a hat that was a reproduction of that hat from Raiders of the Lost Ark, this is it. Because that's even when I said, I'm like, thank you for making this. I want it like this because I've wanted one of these since I was 10 years old.
Oh, dude.
Right? And so I have it. But unfortunately, Trent, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. Because what may look good on film and what may look good on the head of Harrison Ford.
Sure.
Here we go.
We're going to try. Dun, 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 dun,
looks a little bit taller and a little bit goofier on my head, I think.
So that will drop down the more you wear it.
Okay.
But here's the thing about with so like the more height you have in a hat, the warmer it's going to be.
Oh, good. Well, that makes this one very practical. Then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, I got to admit, now that I'm seeing it here on camera, it's not as bad. When I was standing in the bathroom, I'm like, that's a really tall top.
Here?
This is, my God, do you know how much money I spent on this thing? Oh my God, did I really spend it? But no, it looks good. Never mind, I take it all back. I'm the man in the hat now.
Yeah.
This is me.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love and adore this hat, man. This is just... because you want something that actually looks like it. If I ran off camera again just to show you the absolute crap I'll do it. I'll send you a side-by-side photo afterwards that I'll also post on our Patreon for our Patreon subscribers to enjoy. But this is my fedora.
I love it,
and I'm so in love with it. And yes, I bought it because I was sad.
Dude, I mean, we all. Everyone pines for things that they never had in life, right? And one thing that I do admire, I'll at least say, is the bygone era of just wearing hats, of men wearing hats and maybe like wearing a suit and tie just out in public.
Of all of the dumbest things that I could relate to most, drunk uncle. People used to get dressed up to go on planes. Top hat, bow tie. But it's true. People used to get dressed up to go on airplanes. You know what I mean?
And a man was, and that's one thing I totally respect still about what I think cowboy culture. And when I say cowboy, I mean people that are riding horses still is like you have different hats for different occasions. So like my dad has his, what he calls his go to town hat. He has his summer work hat, his winter work hat.
Hey, instead, can we also just talk about burying the lead? Last week, I'm just like waxing poetic about this, 66 Mustang that Ralph Garman gets.
Oh yeah.
And what bit of, how long? I have known you since like 2010.
Yeah.
Right? So I've known you for 16 years. And
Yeah.
what is one bit of info about your family I had no idea?
My dad has a now perfectly restored 64 and a half.
Oh my gosh. That is just
Yeah.
that is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's
right
like,
there.
well, he's retired and he physically can't like restore it like he wanted to. So he finally just was like, all right, if it's gonna get done. So he took it to a company and a body shop, and they had it for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now, the 4th of July car show, it won People's Choice Award. So
You know what? That's the thing, man. There are some times where you just got to throw your hat.
yep.
You got to throw in the towel.
Yeah.
And you just got to admit, look, it's going to be case in point. I need new fixtures in the bathroom, Trent. And I have a funny feeling not having to stick my head and my body in that uncomfortable, godforsaken angle to work under the sink to replace all of these things
Yep.
is worth the price of a plumber.
Yep.
Right? Because I'll be able to get up in the morning. Look, Trent, we've run the gambit. We've talked about everything. I thought I was out of wearing this stupid, godforsaken, uncomfortable hunk of plastic, and I blew it because
it's part of who you are now.
it is. This is going to be me. I can't wait to walk out of here and watch my wife go, nope, and then just come back in here and take it right back off.
Yep.
But Trent, thank you so much for joining me today, and everyone that has partaken of this one way or another. Thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget that wonderful stuff I talked about at the top of the episode, and also don't forget our sponsor, Sliceworks, guys. Lots of incredible materials. This mask that I 3D printed, this was out of their what was the name of the red? Old Glory Red is what I did. So this one is like
It's
flag
like spot
colored.
on. Yeah, it looks
But
great.
yeah, it really hits the mark, right? So I got that from one of my subscription boxes, and the glue that I used to put the lenses on here were an extra from that subscription box. So
they put glues in there.
yeah, you get extras too. You get extras every time. I've used my finishing tool in order to meld plastic together for some pieces. I was leveling a build plate, and I used the digital level that I was
nice.
given by them.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, the extras also in these boxes are worth it. But you can check out more. Just go to thatwillwilkins.com. You can see the Sliceworks link. Make sure to use that Will Wilkins at checkout to get your 5% off. Until next time, guys, go see Spider-Man Brand New Day. Just go see it if you haven't. Yes, you're the guy in North America. You're the one. Actually, Trent, I really am looking.
I know. Yeah,
you're the guy.
That's
you're
me.
the only one in America that hasn't gone to go see it. Go see it.
An audience of one right now.
Go see it, Trent. For gosh sakes, go see the goddamn movie.
I'll see it.
And thank you guys for joining us. Until next time, my name is Will.
My name is Trent.
And we will be back
soon.
This is Netheads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker.
Signing off. Resume normal functions in 3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
This has been a Smodcast production. Smodcast Podcast, using our mouths on you since 2007.